Hello people, this is Power here with a review of the Kamen Revice DX Revice Driver Kamen 50th Anniversary Special Set. So surprisingly, this actually took the place of the driver and holder slot that we used to get before Saber, because Saber was the driver and emblem set. This time, obviously because Revice is celebrating the 50th anniversary of Rider, just like how even though O's was airing through the 40th anniversary of Rider, it was Fours that was to commemorate the 40th anniversary, so they're kind of doing the same thing with like Saber and Revice and such. So then, basically, obviously, alongside obviously the Revice driver, which we already took a look at, we get the Bata Vice stamp and the Henshin Belt History booklet. So, the front of the box here, obviously we get Revice, but then we get, interestingly enough, we get all 10 riders, including Ichigo, that are actually represented within the Vice stamps. And then from this side here, we get just some others. And this is a mix of the promo pictures, gosh, what the heck, of the that were used within just official Bandai material, and mostly the Kamen Rider 40th, or like Let's Go Kamen Riders for the Showa Riders that aren't Ichigo, because some of these are actually from the Kamen Rider 50th material. Obviously, the back just showing all the stuff that we've already have watched. And the top, just Revice, the contents and such. So yeah, let's take a look at the stuff we haven't already looked at. As we already covered the Revice driver, here are the remaining contents of the set. So, moving the Bata Vice stamp out of the way, here is the Henshin Belt History booklet, to which, as you can see, there's a 5 and some stock clouds in the background. Kamen 50th, 1971 through 2021. The Kamen 50th, the updated Kamen 50th logo with Revice. And for the most part, with the front cover, besides Geo and V3, Riderman, X, and actually just those three. All the riders here are from the Kamen 50th merchandising. Geo is from his initial merchandising, and the Showa riders up here are from Let's Go Kamen Riders. Same thing with the back here. Everyone that isn't Ichigo for Showa are from Let's Go Kamen Riders, and Agito is from Heisei Generations Forever. And Wizard is some other. Wizard is from Climax Scramble, and Build is from his initial stock promotion. So, flipping this right away, here we have Ichigo, then Nigo with the Typhoon. Obviously, the reason why the Typhoon's with Nigo specifically, because that was when that toy got released. Then we get V3 and Riderman. Obviously, nothing for Riderman. And for most of these riders, they try to have like a subtitle for them. So, you get these very riveting titles. X with the Riddler, and then Amazon with the Condor, Stronger with the Elector, Skyrider with the Tornado. Gosh, okay, Super One with the Cyclone. Oh gosh, Z-Cross with the Z-Cross belt. Obviously, his never got released initially. Black with the Kingstone, and Black RX with the Sunriser. Now we're at the halfway point because obviously all of these riders do not have belts. So we got Shin, Zetto, and J, obviously with the J Spirit actually getting released. And here we just have all the generations of Kamen Rider, the Showa era, Heisei era, and Reiwa era. Now with Heisei, we get the article with Agito, with Kuga, and then with the Ultra Ring, Ryuki with the V buckle, Fies with the Fies driver, Blade with the Blade buckle, Hibiki with the Sobitai, Kabuto Zector with Kabuto, Deno belt with Deno, Kiba with the Kiba belt, Decade with the Deca driver, Double with the Double driver, O's with the O's driver. For the most part, sometimes they contain all the contents that are included, but like sometimes they don't. Like as you saw with like with Ryuki, they don't include the other buckle or the other decks, and then with like Decade, like Kiba and Decade, they show all the contents they come with. But like Double and O's, like Kamakiri's not present, and like Heat and Luna aren't present. And for like here, okay, Forwards with the Forwards driver, obviously everything's contained there, but like with the Wizard driver with the Wizard, the Water style and Kick Strike rings are not present. Guy with the Sengoku driver, this is technically the 20th version, which sucks. Drive driver with Drive, no Max Flare. Then Ghost with the Ghost driver, no Edison. This is technically the Korean version, and then from here on out, it's what we are used to. So Xe with the Gamer driver, Build with the Build driver, Geo with the GQ driver. So that's the end of Heisei. Now we're at Reiwa. So the 01 driver, Sword driver, and Kaiken Rekka, and then the Revice driver. And then we get this big splash on 50th. So again, we just get Showa, 23rds of Heisei, 3/20ths of Heisei, and then yeah, so I really just like how essentially this mirrors each other. And yeah, that's basically the booklet. And this still has the Bandai copyright. So here's the Bata Vice stamp. As you can see, uniquely, this one's actually in a different type of marbling, as opposed to, where did I put Rex? As opposed to the blue that, you know, Rex and Megalodon have. This is actually in like a cream slash like gray marbling, which I really like overall. This is probably my favorite marbling style, and the one we're more common with. Obviously, we get the silver grasshopper, and then we get Ichigo, which, like, I'll admit, I'm not too big on the riders in the back. They're just really stretched because they're like really concave in. So, but like back to the marbling, like this is the best marbling you can see. This is how the marbling should be because it's even spread through the button, but still like not as present as it should be. Obviously, all of this is still here. The magnet, the QR code for Gombarizing. Obviously, it only powers up your character. No form association. Obviously, same annual sounds, but green LED. Okay, so I've been doing this wrong because I forgot I technically have to switch my hands over. That was hair, sorry. So there we get technically Revive and Vice Bata genome. Obviously that isn't a thing. Sorry for the poor stamping. You know, I think it's a fine jingle. Obviously, it's trying to harp on the, like, wow, look, it sounds like the original opening kind of thing, because, you know, that's all they can think of. Obviously, like, I forgot about the green LED. Grasshopper sound is pretty neat. So yeah, I forgot to state, obviously this is our first green Vice stamp, which is neat. Yeah, that's essentially it for this review, which is, it's a weird review, obviously, because, this is obviously, excuse me, this is obviously not, I'll admit, I didn't review this correctly. I personally just wanted to split the videos because, obviously, the Revice driver did get an individual release, so I wanted to review that truthfully, and, like, just so then I didn't have to cover, you know, too much. But, basically what I have to say overall is essentially, I guess, my actual full thoughts on this set in particular, the Revice driver, which is, yeah, I recommend, like, why wouldn't you get this set over, like, why would you get the individual set over this set? Like, I understand if it's, like, I guess money things, and it's like, well, I really want a Revice driver, but I just really can't afford this set. Like, or if you just want box consistency, I would understand that. But, like, other than that, they kind of made this set mandatory because of the fact this is exclusive to this set. Unless you somehow get your hands on the individualized Hong Kong version, because Hong Kong got a campaign for Bata, and it was like in its own box kind of thing. So I guess, like, again, if you're in Hong Kong, yeah, it will make sense for you to, like, just get the individual Revice driver. But, like, really, like, there's no excuse as to why you shouldn't get this set. Like, I think it's generally nice for the first time in since Ghost that we actually got two gimmicks in one with the driver. Like, the fact that's actually revolutionary is kind of sad. Because I feel like they stopped doing that because they want people to buy the holster sets more, so then you can have that value. But honestly, like, I just don't get why they, like, I understand it's because they pack, you know, they release these gimmicks a month beforehand, so they expect you to have that with the driver. But honestly, I just want them to go back to the days where you can do more than just the main transformation. So it's just really nice to actually have a Vice stamp, like two Vice stamps in a set. Obviously, that pushed the price of the set severely because I will say the, like, Revice driver itself is like $50, but then obviously, like, you add Neobata. Shoot. You had Bata, which, you know, a Vice stamp is about like $15. So that's automatically 65. So that technically makes this thing an extra $5, which it's a nice bonus. Like, I don't mind it personally. I guess I would have liked, you know, like, I guess I have my nitpicks. I think the biggest thing I would have just liked if, like, is if the pages weren't so thin. Because I do kind of fear that, like, this thing could tear. But then again, it's like, What, do you expect a $30 photo book? Or something like, I don't, like, it's like, this thing is like $17 and like $15 plus shipping and such. And it's like, because this is the only thing I found that's like literally the same. Like, literally, it's these two things are like the same height, but it's just that obviously this is a lot thicker. But, like, I don't know, if you're expecting like a full-edged photo book, yeah, like, you're not getting that, obviously, but I think this is just a nice bonus to go on top of the Vice stamp and such. But yeah, so if you for some reason didn't pick this setup, but really wanted this stamp, like if you just got the individual, like, Revice driver, or like any other Revice driver set that didn't have this, sucks for you. Like, because honestly, I'm pretty sure this thing is not that easy to track down. Like, and like, okay, like, I know like someone's probably gonna call me out, like, hey, didn't you say you hate sets though? Like, here's the thing. This doesn't have like, first of all, it wasn't a new egg carton. It wasn't just like this weird random box shoved in the side, so that's like valid. But also, like, this was probably actually more worth it. Like, this actually had like, this isn't the like two Kaiser set where like they forced a toy that could have had its own release in a set to make it absurdly stupid. But for this, it's something small. it's this is literally like the Rube strongest set. Like, you got the new generation crystal with that. Just to get the crystal and the Rube Corian together. Like, I didn't mind that. So it's just like, you know, you get a nice bonus and such. The two Kaiser set doesn't make sense because two Kai Kuttner did not need to be an exclusive. But yeah, I wonder if I'll save it for the next review.